Welcome to All Things Possible TV. We're thrilled to have you here with us on this episode. The episode today is Bill Barney. Ta-da!
Ta-da, ta-da!
He is going to teach us today how to get rid of our heart wall. And I have had the privilege to actually work with him and release that heart wall that I had, and it made a huge difference in my life. I would love for you to be able to find out how to do that.
You got so much more clear in your clients that you were working with, and in where you want to go in life. Once you got that, you was really in tune with yourself. And so there are many, many benefits to removing your heart wall. A lot of people who just have not found the love of their life, all at once they attract those people into their lives when their heart wall's removed. I've seen them with their careers just skyrocket and go ahead. I even had one guy that after I removed his heart wall, he had been in a relationship for about 3 years, and all at once he took another look at that and said, you know what, this thing isn't going anywhere, it's not doing me any good, and he ended that relationship so that he could start one that's more productive. But once his heart wall was gone, he could see things more for what they were.
Right. And before we jump in and give you all the good nuggets of information, we want to invite you to go to our website, www.allthingspossible.biz, and get our 7 traits. I teach 7 traits. Bill teaches a lot of healing things, but we teach together. What's our problem?
The thing isn't here.
You didn't look good
The
enough.
one that says, no, it's not. It's like, oh, there it is. It's up there. So grab it. Help me pull it down.
I am not pulling it down.
Okay. I'll just got it. Okay, it's right here now. Okay, go.
Okay, so we would love for you to get the 7 traits and begin to have a difference in your life right now. It's something that you can implement easily. It comes as a video series, so it's easy to watch, easy information for you to implement and change your life. Have better results immediately. So get the 7 traits.
Sometimes I think the only person I'm entertaining is myself.
I know that. I've been married to you for 31 years, and you're pretty smart.
You know what?
You're entertaining yourself. Hope you have fun with that.
It's like a cat with a ball of yarn.
Chasing your tail. Okay, so let's jump in and give you some information that will help you to learn about a heart wall. I didn't know anything about a heart wall before we found this technology, this
information, and it came to us through Dr. Nelson, Bradley Nelson, with the emotion code, and it's an extension of the emotion code, which was our last episode. If you didn't see that, you may want to refer back to that, and I'll put a link like right here. Oh, right here.
Oh, yay. He found it.
Right there. Okay. Put a link right there. You can click on that and go to that if you want to see more about that. But the heart wall is a series of trapped emotions around the heart. But first, let's talk about the heart a little bit. The heart is an amazing, amazing organ. I love that little contraption. I don't know what I'd do without one.
I don't know what you would do without yours either.
But
sometimes I wonder if you have one.
I do when the walls are gone.
I'm just teasing you.
Okay. But the heart is actually the most powerful organ in the body. We tend to think of, our strong muscles and this, but the heart will generate 60 to 1,000 times more electromagnetic power than the brain actually does. Clear back 110 years ago, there was a machine invented when medical or scientists first discovered the power of the heart. They called it an EKG machine, where they actually, when they put those little pads on you, they measure the electrical impulses. When you got that machine going, it's actually measuring electrical impulses that your body is putting out, that your heart, every time it beats, it puts out an impulse. Hence the term flatline. When heart quits beating, you're flatline. That's the EKG machine. I mean, that was 110 years ago, a long time ago, that they come up with this technology.
Right.
So the heart is very powerful. So when there wasn't a lot of technology, they could even then measure the power of the heart. And just recently, they invented or come up with another machine called I'm going to have to look at my notes here, electromagnetic, nope, that's not it. Okay, electrocardiogram, electrocardiogram, which actually measures the magnetic, electromagnetic energy of the heart.
You've probably heard it called an echo.
An echo, yeah. E-C-O.
I've had one done.
Echo, echo.
More than one done, actually.
Echo, echo. Anyway.
He just has too much fun filming with me.
Maybe he is serious, huh? So anyway, they actually found that with this machine, they can measure the electromagnetic energy of the heart field. It goes out 12 feet. And I truly believe
it. Wasn't 12.
It wasn't 12? Okay, go stand over there.
It was about 3.
Okay, well, imagine it was 12.
Okay.
And I really believe it actually goes out much, much further. But they've been able to measure it out to 12 feet. So the heart is an amazing little organ. In ancient societies and ancient cultures, most of them believed that the heart was the seat of the soul, the core of our being, and the source of love, and also the source of our creativity. And many spiritualists, what have you, say that our spirit resides, the seat of our spirit is right here in our heart, and I truly do believe that. If you're a Bible reader, go to your Bible and open the index and look up every instance of the word heart. Look up heart in your index and read every one of those scriptures. You can actually, for most of them, you can replace the word heart with mind, and it makes sense. It's in most of those references, it refers to the heart as either thinking or feeling. The very most famous one, I think, that we've all heard of in Proverbs is, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We always tend to repeat it as a man thinketh, so is he. But it actually says in his heart. So really our source of who we are, our higher self, comes from the heart. And so the heart's just amazing. Go ahead and take out your little heart now and give it a pat on the back. Just say, oh, good heart.
Or how about if we, just pound our heart?
You pound yours, I'll pound mine.
It's amazing that the heart, you actually can feel your pulse in several places on your body. So when you don't think your heart's that important, think again, because it is a major, major organ that you can't be without. And think about how having a wall around it and having that blockage, what that's doing.
And it affects it in several ways. You think of just the mechanical function of the pump, okay, as just, if you remove that, it's going to function so much better. A lot of people have had, with heart problems, ongoing heart problems, clearing the heart wall, that clears up too. It gets much better. But the most important thing is our ability, like we talked about before, our ability to manifest, our ability to attract things into our life. All of those things comes from the heart. And when we have these walls around the heart, that really affects things. So I truly believe as an energy healer that this is one of the most important things I can do for a client is to help them remove their heart wall. Okay, it makes so much huge. If you like money, it's a huge abundance blocker. If you've got a heart wall, it really will affect your abundance, your ability to draw money to you, and also to move forward in your career. We're going to talk a little bit about what the heart wall is and how it all works, and then we'll get into how to remove it. So, your subconscious mind obviously wants to protect our feelings and wants to protect our heart. You've heard of people say, "Oh, they stepped on my heart, they stomped on my heart, they broke my heart." When somebody is mean to us, when something hurtful happens, when someone dies that we've loved dearly, our heart feels wounded. And the subconscious mind's a little busybody, and he just steps in, or he or she, I don't know what gender your subconscious mind is. We won't say. Anyway, yeah, mine's psychotic. I don't even know if it has a gender. It's just psychotic sometimes. He's a funny little feller. He does weird stuff. He entertains me. Anyway, your subconscious mind wants to protect the spirit, wants to protect our heart. And so it literally, again, he's a funny little feller in there. He'll literally build a wall, or what he thinks is a wall out of energy around the heart. And we talked last week about trapped emotions. And he'll grab all these trapped emotions and start, like Bob the Builder. He'll start putting up a wall around here.
Making a Legoland.
Legoland around your heart. Okay, of all these trapped emotions. And it literally does. And it serves a purpose. And there's times for a child or that grows up in an abusive home, or a woman that's in an abusive marriage, or just it can be anything. There's times when that actually serves a good purpose, but the problem is the subconscious mind always just leaves it in place. It never tears it down. It's like, oh, I'm going to protect myself. And so then we lose the ability to feel love and to manifest and show love, because we have all these emotions. Again, we talked about trapped emotions. When you feel something in your life that you don't process completely, that you just hang on to, it can be sadness, it can be grief, it can be anger, it can be jealousy. Any of these emotions that we feel, depression, shame, any of these things, they can lodge anywhere in our body. Well, our subconscious mind will grab them and build a wall around the heart to protect that sensitive thing so that we never get hurt again.
Right.
But it also protects us from being able to love fully and to be loved fully.
Well, and one of the things that I noticed when I did get my heart wall cleared was that I had the ability to love myself more, to have more unconditional love for myself and for others. And it did help me not be quite as judgmental or feel the jealousy or feel those different feelings. So it does play a big factor to get that cleared and actually open that space to have a different effect.
So you've had the experience of walking into a room perhaps when you met your true love and you just like, your heart just goes pitter-patter, you know, or you felt that energy with someone, okay? And many people talk about that, you know, it's just, I felt it, I knew it. I really believe that is energy that comes from heart to heart, okay? But if between Kris and I here, if I have a heart wall and around it is shame and guilt and anger and jealousy and all these other emotions, I'll see her, oh, she's a pretty lady, and I'll say that little love butterflies will just come fluttering out of my heart. That's a little bit, anyway. Little love butterflies will come fluttering out of my heart, and they go through this wall with all these nasty emotions out. What comes out the other side is a little gargoyle go, you know, little butterflies go, woo, 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 woo. And did you see what she did? That's just what people do.
What's going to get me?
They repel people, okay? And she may actually look at me and say, you know, that poor guy needs some loving. I could take on a project like that. And so she sends out little warm fuzzies, you know, little butterflies come flying over to me, and they come through all my junk in my heart wall, and, you know, a little bat comes out the other side. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is our messages can get mixed up and confused. And that's why a lot of people do so much better at work and in their careers, because they're not sending or receiving mixed messages. They're more authentic and true. It doesn't get garbled up when it goes through this thing of the heart. That's where we have our sixth sense, so to speak, to really, some people you just automatically like, some of them you don't. And I think the heart wall is a big thing there. Almost 90% of all people actually have heart walls. I actually haven't worked on anyone who didn't have one, but apparently people out there exist who have never created, their subconscious has never created heart walls. So the greater chances you have, and if you've resonated or been able to relate to some of the problems and things we've been talking about, you can understand that. So heart walls, they can have 2 or 3 emotions in them, or they can have hundreds. And Kris, bless her heart, she was so good for me. She was the first one besides myself that I started working on as I was learning the emotion code.
I got to be the guinea pig.
I was learning the heart walls. And I actually got discouraged because I thought this sucker's so big I'm never going to get it down.
Hey!
There was a lot of stuff there. Okay?
Yeah, there was.
There was a lot of emotions there.
There was a lot going on.
And yet with some clients I've actually, 2 or 3 sessions of 20 to 30 minutes in a session, we work on the heart wall, and I've been able to clear it. Other people, it takes longer. It all depends on how many, it's as individual as people are as to how many emotions and what it's going to take to clear a heart wall. Some people, when you got it cleared, will see immediate drastic results. For a lot of people, it's just more gradual and a more gradual change.
Right. For me, it took a long time, and I had a lot because I kept drawing it within and holding it. So it kind of depends on your personality, how you handle emotions, and what you have done through your life, what kind of things you've had to face, how you've had to deal with life itself, whether you've had grief and death and abuse, whatever there is in your life, you react differently. And so every heart wall is unique. The same process is used, but it does.
It could take different time. It can be different for every single person. And so if somebody says,
Very
how long
unique.
will it take? I don't know, as long as it takes, but I would guarantee you it's so worthwhile. So here I'm going to show you what it looks like to remove a heart wall emotions and to work on emotions from the heart wall. Now, since Kris does not have a heart wall, since we removed
I
that,
have a healthy heart.
she's got a healthy heart. The blinds are open. She has no heart wall, but she's had a few respiratory problems this week, and so I'm just gonna remove some emotions from her lungs. It would be the same, but instead of asking, are there any trapped emotions in your heart wall? I will ask, are there any trapped emotion in your lung? But it would be the same. The emotions can look just the same. Okay, this is how it looks. So I'm going to give Kris.
That raw and real moment again.
Yeah, go ahead and show them the card in case they didn't watch the other movie. There's 60 emotions in here divided into columns and rows, and I will intuitively, with intuition and muscle testing, I will check with her subconscious and say, instead of normally I would say, do you have a trapped emotion in your heart wall that we can release now? And it'll say yes, but I would get an answer no, because she doesn't. So I'm going to ask, do you have a trapped emotion in your lung? Because she's had some respiratory stuff going on this week. And yes, she does. And so it'll look like this. Are you ready? We don't know what's going to come up.
Yes, I'm ready.
What if it's embarrassing?
I do a lot of embarrassing stuff on this TV channel.
Okay, good enough. So, column B, row 4, emotion number. That's funny. This is an inherited emotion on this one, right off the bat. This is something she inherited from one of her parents at the time of conception. So, column B, row 4, emotion number 2.
Frustration.
Frustration. Now, Mom or Dad, which one of you gave it to her? We're going to find out. Did this come from your mother? Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Could you have guessed that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So did she inherit it from her father? She inherited it from her mother. Did her mother inherit it from her mother? Does this follow the line of mothers? How many generations back does it go? I know this family. This could go a ways.
Hey.
They're amazing people, but
But they
us
have a
men
little bit
tend
of
to frustrate them.
frustration.
Yes, because they're always all
Yeah,
worried.
the men.
So, 8, 9 generations. Okay.
Wow, that goes back a
So
long
9
ways.
generations of frustration, and that's something going on in her lungs. But it could just as easily be her heart wall if that's what we were working on, if she had one to work on. So, again, with the magnet, we just release that energy. Again, just kind of like passing a magnet over a credit card. It'll mess up all that encoded information. Well, we're messing up all the encoded information and magnifying our intention to get rid of this frustration. Are you counting? Because I'm talking. And that would be doing 2 things at once, and I'm a guy. So
I
where am at?
wasn't, but I was thinking that maybe you should tell them that you have to do it 10 times, which
10
I'm sure
times.
you've done it at least.
Normally, we do it 3 times if they're her own emotion, but if they're inherited, I'm doing it 20.
You gotta be
10 times. 10 times, okay. So, yeah, I did it more, and it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything if you do it more. So, let's do one more just so you have an idea what that looks like, and eventually you'll get to the point where, you know what? There are no more emotions in the heart wall. And then you ask the question, is it cleared? And you go, holy cow, it's time to go drink some clean water. It's good.
Right.
So, column A, row 4, emotion number A44.
Hatred.
Hatred. Ooh, that's a tough one to admit to, isn't it?
That's a hard one.
Okay, is that my first dog?
I loved your dog.
I know you did. I was just trying to be.
She didn't love
Okay.
me so much, but I loved her.
Okay, oh, it was my first girlfriend. No. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so do we need more information about this emotion? Yes, we do.
Of
Hatred.
course you do,
This from
because
before
we're
age
filming
20?
it.
Is it from before age 50? Age 18, hatred. Now see, this may be somebody, again, my clients don't always have to tell me exactly what's going on, they just have to think of it. So at age 18, you felt hatred for someone or something. Do you have a good idea of what that is? If you do, just say yes. If not, we'll dig deeper.
No.
Okay, so Mel, this was a female. At age
18.
18. It didn't have anything to do with me.
You're not a female.
Yeah, but I had some around me at that time. Okay.
Just me.
Hatred. So?
Did it have to do with people in high school?
Yes, it did. Okay. So do you know what that's about?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there was some malicious gossip and stuff going on that was just
there was
stupid.
some stuff going on.
So, yeah, I think so. So let's go. Would you like to release that?
I would like to release that.
Okay, so 1. Well, this time I'm going to count because it's not very high. 3.
1, 3.
But I did one in the middle. So that's, and it goes on, or it doesn't, depending on how many you have. But that's what it is to release the trapped emotions around your heart wall. It's so amazing to have this done. Really can change people's lives, and I really believe that to be truly authentically who we are, to be in touch and be able to recognize our own feelings and other people's feelings authentically for what they are, I think it's very important that this be done. So that's why I want to share this with you, this information with you. I'd love to work with you, get with somebody that can help you with that. Get with me. If you will go to our website. It's right here this time. I didn't have to go looking for it.
Oh, do I have to hunt for it now? And
do the Vanna. Okay. Go to our website.
be the entertainment.
At www.allthingspossible.biz and click contact us. If you'd like to have a 20-minute short strategy session, which really what it entails is I'll do an energetic body scan, and we'll go through all the organs and glands and the major systems and functions in your body, your chakras, your endocrine system, all of that, and just give you kind of an overview of anything that may be some issues to look out for. We check for toxins, heavy metals, things like that. Tons of stuff, and that's something free I'd like to offer you just so you can have an idea and we can get a chance to visit. So, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just encourage you that if you haven't studied about a heart wall and you haven't gotten the information and you'd like some more, look into it. There is a lot of health benefits and a lot of value that you can get by clearing your heart wall. And you get to do a session with him. You can see how much fun we have.
I'll be honest, I will, I promise.
But I encourage you to do some healing sessions with Bill. He does a lot of different modalities and a lot of different
I'll bring in different healing techniques according to what your subconscious is calling for.
Right.
Okay.
So, intuitive, energy healing, several different modalities, and different ways for him to be able to assist you to have a healthier, happier life and to be able to be free from that pain. We're excited to have you with us on All Things Possible TV. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel so that you always get the most recent episode and that you can always be here with us.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here this time, and we'll see you next time on All Things Possible TV.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That does not go on the end of our movie.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, I won't put it on the end of our movie. Can I put it in front?
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. What's that?
You gotta stop that. They can hear you grinding the pillow.
Well, they can?
Yeah.
They probably think I'm doing something else.
So, at 16 minutes, you gotta cut the movie.
I got to cut it at movie? 16 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, we're whole episode. Thanks. Steve.
Thanks.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.